What if I told you that the world you're seeing right now is not reality as it truly is? This moment feels normal, familiar. Nothing feels wrong. And that's exactly the problem. Look around. Your room, your phone, your hands. They feel solid, obvious, undeniable. You trust all of it. But what if the most convincing deceiver in your life has been with you since birth? Your brain. Not because it's evil, not because it wants to trick you, but because it's efficient. Your brain doesn't show you reality. It shows you a version of reality, a simplified, edited model, designed to keep you alive, not to tell you the truth. And that leads to a disturbing question. If your brain is distorting reality, how would you ever know? You believe you see the world as it is, but you don't. Your brain receives raw signals, light, vibration, pressure, and turns them into meaning. Color isn't out there. Sound isn't out there. Even the way time feels is something your brain constructs. These experiences are not facts. They are interpretations, mental shortcuts. Your brain is constantly inferring, filling gaps, making assumptions, and most of the time, it never checks if it was right. Right now, there is a hole in your vision. A literal blind spot. You have never seen it. Not once. Because your brain quietly fills it in. Not with reality, but with what should be there. And that is the first lie. Here's something unsettling. Every moment you're awake, your brain is predicting reality, not reacting to it, predicting it. Your brain builds a model of what it expects to happen next, and only updates that model when the prediction fails. Reality doesn't lead the experience. Prediction does. You are living inside your brain's best guess, and most of the time, that guess is good enough. That's why it feels real. You think you experience life in real time. You don't. Your brain delays sensory input by fractions of a second, then stitches everything together into a smooth, continuous experience. Your now is already slightly in the past. You never experienced the present directly, only a carefully edited replay. And then there's memory, the thing you trust the most. Think of a moment from your past, a memory that feels clear, certain, undeniable. That memory has already changed, not once, but every time you remembered it. Memory doesn't record the past, it reconstructs it. Each recall is an edit, subtle, invisible, confident. Your brain reshapes the past to protect the present, to preserve a story about who you believe you are. So why does your brain do this? Because truth is expensive. Truth requires attention, energy, uncertainty. Efficiency is cheaper. Shortcuts reduce stress. Confidence feels safe. Certainty keeps you moving. Your brain doesn't care if you're right. It cares if you survive. And that's why confidence can be dangerous. The more certain you feel, the less your brain questions itself. Illusions don't feel fake. They feel obvious. And that's how they persist. But here's the part most people miss. If your brain can distort what you see, rewrite what you remember, and predict what you experience, then the question isn't, why do illusions happen? The real question is, how many of your strongest beliefs exist only because your brain never bothered to double-check them? You've seen faces in clouds, heard your name in noise, felt watched when no one was there. That's not imagination. That's your brain prioritizing safety over accuracy. It would rather create a false alarm than miss a real threat. Being wrong is acceptable. Being unprepared is not. Now comes the hardest distortion to confront. Free will. You feel like you consciously make decisions, but many decisions are initiated before you're aware of choosing. Your consciousness often arrives late, not to decide, but to explain. You are not always the driver. Sometimes, you are the narrator. Your brain hates randomness, so it creates stories. Why this happened? Who caused it? What it means? Because chaos is terrifying. Stories are comforting. Accuracy is optional. So ask yourself this. If your senses are filtered, your memories reconstructed, your decisions predicted, then how much of you is actually in control? And how much is simply a convincing illusion? Here's the paradox. You cannot stop your brain from distorting reality, but you can notice it. Curiosity weakens illusions. Questioning slows assumptions. Awareness creates distance. The goal is not perfect truth. It's humility, knowing that what you see might not be the whole picture. Your brain is not your enemy. It's protective, efficient, brilliant. But once you understand how it distorts, you stop confusing comfort with truth. So here's the real question. If your brain is lying to you, what else have you been wrong about?